Let's talk about how to correct mistakes on DS-260 form, the immigrant visa form, and also NVC update of this week. Hello, my name is John and welcome. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching me, fill out on form DS-260 already, especially if you file I-130 petition for a relative. At one point in the process, you will fill out the DS-260, which is the immigrant visa form. So when I say you, I'm talking about the intending immigrant, the beneficiary, will fill out on that form. So right after the petitioner pay the fees, the immigrant visa fee, and also the affidavit of support fee. So if you don't pay those fees, NVC will not unlock the DS-260 form for you. Okay. So now what happens most of the time is people make a mistake on when they fill out the form. Now, after they submit the form, they cannot do anything. But how exactly can they correct those mistakes that they made before they send to NVC National Visa Center? Before we talk about the way to correct those mistakes, let's cover NVC update off for this week quickly. This week, NVC National Visa Center announced on their website that they are working on cases, on I-130 cases they received from USCIS on March 23rd, 2025. Some of you guys will receive your welcome letter, because most of the time after the case moved to NVC, it can take up to 4 weeks before you receive the welcome letter if you are immediate relative. Some of you guys who are not immediate relative, you're gonna wait a little longer, unfortunately. Okay, so once you receive that welcome letter, you will pay fees. Those fees I just mentioned, the affidavit of support and immigrant visa fees, and then you fill out the form DS-260 and submit some document. So you, the beneficiary, not only you fill out the form DS-260, but you're gonna submit some document called civil document. Okay, and then the petitioner also will submit some document. After that, NVC will review everything. They will review the payment that you made, and also the document that you submit. On this week, NVC announced on their website that they are reviewing document they received from you guys on March 29, 2025. So right after they review your document, they will let you know whether or not the case is documentary qualified. And then the third update is regarding inquiries. Some of you guys have questions or you don't know who to ask, or maybe you ask John, but John never replied to your question. Well, I do my best to reply to your questions, but you decide to send the inquiry to NVC. Well, they announced on their website that they are responding to the one they received from you guys on April 2nd, 2025. So just make sure you check your spam folder to see if NVC replied to your inquiries. Okay, now how exactly do you correct the mistake on the form DS-260? Before we talk about that, if your spouse or your parent are preparing their immigrant visa interview, well, we have some ebooks that can help them with their interview questions. The links are in the description below. Now let's go back to the video. The first way to correct the mistake is to contact NVC as soon as possible. Right after you notice that a mistake was made on the form, contact NVC National Visa Center to let them know, and then ask them, request them to reopen the DS-260 for you so you can correct the mistake. If they do that, they will reopen it for you, then go ahead and correct the mistakes. Some of the mistakes are not like a big mistake, they're just minor mistake. For example, let's say on the address, it's like 2200 Market Street or 2200 Main Street. You made a mistake in Main, like you put M-I-A instead of M-A-I-N. That is not like a big mistake. But if, let's say you made a mistake on your date of birth, let's say it's on January 20th, 2000, 1970 or something like that, but you put January 2nd, and then you, instead of 20, you put 02. That's a big mistake, and you have to contact NVC to correct that mistake. But in case NVC didn't reopen the form for you to correct the mistake, the second way you can correct that mistake is to correct it at the interview. Okay, you need to tell the interviewer, the consular officer who will interview you, let them know that there was a mistake made on your DS-260, and you have to, take a supporting document to prove that a mistake was made. Let's say the mistake was on your birth date. Make sure you take your birth certificate to show that, okay, this is the actual birthday, but you made a mistake on the form. Okay, because consular officer, they are aware of those stuff. They know that sometimes people made a mistake, and then they will correct, and they will help you correct the mistake in their system. Okay, that's the second way you can correct the mistake on the form. Keep in mind, when you made a mistake, don't just go ahead and fill out another DS-260 and resubmit it. It's not going to help you at all. Okay, it's not going to help you. Don't do that. Another thing you have to keep in mind is that if NVC reopen the DS-260 form and you correct the mistake, then resubmit it, that will delay the process. Okay, that's why it's very important to check all your make sure everything is correct, especially on the form DS-260, before you submit it to NVC National Visa Center. Thanks for watching.